All right, morning mobility routine. First is a wall stretch. So you want to get down towards the floor and then you can kind of lay to the side. Scoot your butt all the way to the wall. But if you can't get your legs straight, you can have your butt a little bit away from the wall. But ideally all the way to the wall. And then as you roll over to the side, you're going to lift your legs up. Give yourself a second to settle in. Position 1, a 2 fist distance between your knees. Now your goal is to pull your toes down into dorsiflexion of the ankle. So instead of like medium, really pull down. Then have your legs straighten. The VMO right above your knee on the inside, as well as quads are engaged. Hips are driving down, palms face up. Breathing in through the nose, position A, just hold it, about 1 minute. Also, just make sure your legs are straight. So this would be rotated outward, very common mistake. Make sure it's neutral so that your legs are neutral. Position 2, you're gonna just widen a little bit, not a lot. Again, feet flex down, legs not rotated outward, but they're neutral. And position 3, we're gonna go about 80% of how wide you can go. And then in position 3, we're gonna do rotations. So we're gonna go a little bit outward from the femur, a little bit inward. So what we're thinking about is that the actual thigh bone is moving, not that this would be like my feet moving too much. You know, that's not it. I'm initiating from the thigh. So the femur is rotating in the hip. Nice and slow, 3 sets of 10. Once we're done there, we scoot away from the wall, and you want to be the distance between your knee and your foot. That's how far away you are from the wall. That will line you up perfectly so that your knee is about right over your hip. Again, 2 fist distance between your knees. 1 foot is going to go over top this leg here. This ankle is going to flex, so the toe points back. We want to use the strength of this hip to open and push this knee a little bit towards the wall here. So there's this activation here of the hip, and you'll feel it right there on the side of the hip. You're going to hold that one for 1 minute, and again, switch sides. Foot goes over the leg, flex the toe, activate that hip, and drive your knee towards the wall. Once you have 1 minute there on both sides, we're coming up to standing. We do wall drop. This is a great slant board, so if you can get one of these, then it's a great investment. If you don't want to buy one, which is totally understandable, I'll show you what you can do instead.
We got it on Amazon.
Yeah, it has multiple settings. So this is the lower setting to make it easier, and then it can go up as your flexibility improves. And you want to have a 2 fist distance between your knees, and you place your weight back into your heels, and you just really want your butt and your shoulders against the wall, and if it's comfortable, also your head. You're just standing, but you do want your legs straight, facing forward, and allowing the weight to drop into your heels. If you do not have that slant board, then what you can do, and just follow me over here. So you just need a stair. You just need a stair. So just like this. You're just gonna hold on to the staircase and let your heels drop, and hold this position for 1 minute. A 2 fist distance between your knees. Neutral standing posture, standing tall. Let the heels drop down. So that would be a way you can modify that stretch. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay. So assisted squat is next. So for assisted squat, you're just gonna use a doorknob. Assisted squat, use a doorknob. So this door is fine. I mean, I have a lot of bags here. You don't want to have bags in your face, but pretty much You just need to have a door with a doorknob. You're gonna hold on to it lightly, and now, thanks. Yeah. So your goal here is you're about shoulders width apart with your feet. Your feet are facing straight ahead. This is better done barefoot. And what you're gonna do is the first thing that happens is your hips go back. As your hips go back, the weight lowers down into your heels. And your ideal position is that your hips are about in line with your knees. So about in line with your knees. And now instead of here having your shoulders apart, you wanna bring your shoulder blades towards the spine and allow your spine to be tall and lifted. And then you're gonna come up. That's gonna be for 1 minute. And now, assisted squat. We come back down to the ground. 1 set of hip raises. 2 fist distance between your knees, feet face forward, lift up, palms face up. Activating your lower back and glutes. You can squeeze the glutes at the top, hold for a little bit, try to get that extra little bit of lift so that stretches your quads. Once you're done there, we're gonna do flutter kicks. Flutter kicks, we do it from a hollow position. It's called hollow position because there's no space between your lower back and the floor. So what you want to do is reach upwards so that you flatten your lower back with the floor. There should be no space. Once you have that, legs higher is easier. And as you progress, you can have your legs go lower and closer to the ground. Quick set of flutter kicks. Then we.
How many?
I have it written in the program. I forget now. Superman. So for the Superman, we want to lift the legs first, then the upper body raises. Most of the weight should be distributed towards your belly button. So if the upper is too high and the legs are too low, you know the weight's coming down towards your hips, or vice versa. If you're right in the middle, then the maximum weight should be right in the middle of the belly button. Those are holding at the top. Then we're gonna come up. Child's pose. So just let your arms go forward. And for this child's pose, we wanna get more of a stretch, so it's like an active child's pose. So what we wanna do is have your arms straight, push the heel of your palm into the ground, and then lower your hips back and hold this position. But try not to just drop so that the arms and elbows, don't let the elbows rest on the ground. So think of very active, stretching your back. Then cat-cow, 2 fist distance between your knees, and then the heel of your hand is right under your shoulder. And then from this position, we want to first look up, breathe in, and then look down, breathe out. And then your spine gets to extend and round, 10 times. From this extended position, this one is the cow position. It's the perfect position for down dog. So for down dog, we want your back extended and not rounded, especially your mid back. So keep your back extended, tuck your toes, lift up, keep your knees bent, and push back. Now, once you have your back extended, then you slowly try one leg at a time, and then both legs, try to get your legs straight. What happens when you try to straighten your legs? Sometimes you'll round your back. So you're better off holding your legs a little bit bent, but keep your back straight and keep pushing your weight back. So you're pushing with your shoulders back so that the weight is going back towards your heels. Front plank when you're done with that. Front plank, you can have on the heel or the elbows. So the elbows would be elbow under your shoulders. You know, you have kneeling position, straight position, breathe in through the nose. Do your best to have your spine straight here. It requires definitely some body awareness. But if you have a mirror to the side, that really works. And then you can glance over and just look for a nice straight line. But if not, you're using just body awareness to create a straight line here. So plank, you know, you can have hips too high, which is a common mistake. It's like lack of core strength, or you can have hips too low as well. So, you know, try to have your hips somewhere in the middle, your heels driving backwards. Your quadriceps also play a major role. So heels drive back, legs are engaged, head straight, and front plank. Then, final. Okay, this is it. All right, you're gonna love this one. We have the air chair. So air chair, 2 fist distance between your knees again, just like many of our other exercises here. Then we're slowly coming down, and eventually what we want is this position here, where we have 90-degree angles, so that like your knees and your hips are about in line with each other, and also your knees are directly above your heels. So that's a 90-degree angle there. Your feet are facing forward, back of the head against the wall. When you get to your final 20 seconds, you're gonna raise up those toes. Feel the burn, enjoy the burn here. It's really gonna build your quadriceps, keep your knees healthy, and yeah, enjoy. That is the morning mobility routine.